Ow, cramp. Oh. Yep. I don't fit well in these things. Good morning, guys. My name is Phil. Welcome back to Miranda Detailing. In today's episode, we're working on this Corvette Z06, and it's in for our paint enhancement, basic interior, so we're not going to really show you too much on the interior. We're going to focus on the exterior. As we're washing it and inspecting it, we noticed that it does have some water spots. We've been dealing with a lot of water spots lately, so we'll show you how we tackle those. It's going to receive a paint enhancement and then a sealant. So no ceramic coatings, but a sealant that'll lock in the shine and the gloss. Yeah, we'll see how this thing turns out. So we started with the rinse, the APC rinse as usual. We're loving that IK Pro Foamer 12. And we have, what do I have in that? I know what we have in there. Extra Tough diluted 4:1. That's what we have in the Pro Foamer. So that's what we did the APC rinse with. Pulled off a lot of grime in the back. It was really bad. This came in this morning and it was kind of raining out this morning. It stopped, but it really made the vehicle dirty. So a lot of grunge and stuff to rinse off and APC rinse off. Now we're on to the contact wash.
Reach the top on this one.
You can? Wow. That's amazing. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I feel a little bit of stuff in the bottom, but it's not really that bad. That is the funniest joke I've ever heard.
You're gonna do it. It'll be fun.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
No thanks. Yeah, I think it's just bad staining from water spots and who knows what else. Cool. All right, wash phase is done. It's deconned, it is washed, wheels are deep cleaned, and we use the Sonax spray and seal on them to lock them in. So let's pull her in, dry it, and inspect the paint, see what we're dealing with here. I think definitely some water spots. Oh man, this one is bad. It has a lot going on, so we're gonna try our best. You can see a ton of buffer trails, swirls. Well, the water spots, I think the water spots are there. Yeah, they're there, but man, this is really bad. Now this we can just lightly polish, but of course this is vinyl, so we can't compound that or anything or go too far. There's some areas I'm going to show you that look like they're also failing. Yikes. Somebody attacked this and really messed it up. So I don't know what's going on here. Unfortunately, I can't measure this paint because it's all fiberglass. So we have a little spot here. We have a tape line also, right there. Something was painted, possibly this, I don't know, but something was painted. You can see compound, we're gonna dig that out. Wow, it's bad. We're gonna have to choose a combo here to try to get this looking as best as possible. Oh, you know what? It was back here. You can see little tiny pinholes. It's solvent pop in the clear coat. You can see if we can get close up here and see those little pinholes. You can kind of see those pinholes. So I think this trunk hatch here was repainted. My finger is, see all around, see those pinholes? That's solvent pop. Man, it is really, really bad. Let's grab one of our lights. I got my new Max Shine light here. Oh yeah, see the rotary? Yeah, somebody attacked it with a rotary and just didn't finish it. I'm not saying that using a rotary polisher is bad. Someone mistook that before. That's not what I mean. I mean a rotary in the hands of someone who is inexperienced. Not knowing what they're doing, not finishing down. That's what causes that type of swirling there. That's from a rotary polisher, someone not handling it correctly. So that's what I mean when I say someone attacked it with a rotary. All right, let's try a couple of combos here and see what we can do. That's a scratch right on the edge, right on the top of the edge there. That is really bad. Oh man, yeah, I really can't do anything for that. Oh, that actually gave me a brain aneurysm headache, being so excited. Okay, so a few passes with the Hybrid Solutions Pro One and Done. It clears up a ton. Now, you still see some water spots. We're going to tackle those with chemical first, but I just wanted to see what it would do. The difference from that to that. Oh yeah. Here's what we used. We have some new MaxShine pads. I used the flat foam pad, 5-inch polishing pad, a couple of dots of Hybrid Solutions Pro One and Done compound, just a couple of light passes, nothing too heavy, nothing too aggressive. That's the results. That's impressive. So from that to that. So that just goes to show that you don't need to go so aggressive. You don't need to do so many passes where you're heating up the pad, heating up the paint. That's not good. Do a test spot. Go least aggressive first and see where that takes you. And then if you need to bump it up, then go ahead. But don't start with heavy passes and a heavy cut compound, a heavy pad. Start with something in the medium to light range and then go up from there. All right, so I have the new MaxShine water spot remover. I'm going to spray it onto the applicator, and then working in cross-hatching patterns or circular, it doesn't matter. Just make sure to cover the area and work the water spot remover back and forth like you're applying a wax or a polish. And sometimes you'll feel that it's rough and then it becomes smooth. And that's a good sign. That means that you're actually dissolving the water spots. Now don't let it dry. Take a damp towel and wipe down the surface. So I have a damp towel here. I'm going to wipe it all down. It kind of neutralizes the water spot remover. And then I have a dry towel, and I'll go over with the dry towel and make sure that it did its job. And if it needs a little bit more, then we'll do another application. And sometimes the spots will etch into the paint and there's nothing you can do. So it looks like some of these spots are really, really bad. I think somebody tried to attack this with a rotary improperly to get the water spots out, because they look like they were trying to be removed, but they didn't want to budge. And some of these, I think, may not be water spots, but just etching from something else. It could be water spots, but not your typical water spots, I mean. Because sometimes sap will also do this. It mixes with water, creates spots, but it's not a water spot, so it's different. Not quite taking everything out. Let's try the other 3D gel. So I'm going to bump it up to 3D gel here. This is another water spot remover. This is, I think, one of the strongest ones we've ever used. And not to say that the MaxShine one doesn't work, because I used it the other day on other water spots and it worked great. Each will have a certain level of acids in it, and this one just seems to be extremely strong, which means you do have to be a little bit more careful with it. It's thicker and it does cling to the paint, which is nice. Now let's dry it. I'm not going to wet sand, of course. That would be the next step, but I'm not going to do that because that's not what this job entails. I think it's etching in the paint. So that's with multiple hits with a water spot remover, and you can still see. So it may not be water spots, it may be etching from sap, or maybe water mixing with sap from trees that has etched into the paint. We'll hit this one more time with the polish just to see what will happen, and I do need to kind of clear things up here. But other than that, if it doesn't come out, then it's staying. The swirls and the heavy defects are going to come out, which is great. But that, unfortunately, if the customer wants to go further, then they can, but we may not have time to do that today. So we'll inform the customer of that.
taking over my side. That's my side.
It's my side. It's my side.
All right, it is looking awesome. The One and Done compound is doing an incredible job on this paint. But look at the difference from, we didn't do this at all, but look at the hood itself and the fenders. It's looking awesome. So she's gonna work down that side. I'm gonna work down this side, and we'll show you some highlights, some before and afters, but big difference already.
The top of your door's bad over there?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah, pretty bad. B-E-R-N. Why are you rainmaking it up over there?
I don't know. I'm glad there's not water spots everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't see them anywhere else, except just the top portions, which makes me think that it's not water spots.
At least all the marring is coming off.
Yeah, like all of the crazy buffer trails are all coming off. That's awesome. It's very good. The center wants him alive, preferably. You mean preferably?
I'm really glad we don't have to coat this.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a nightmare. I fear.
A nightmare, I fear.
Yeah, a nightmare.
Oh dear, I fear it will be a nightmare. Ow, cramp. Ow, cramp. Oh. Yep. I don't fit well in these things. All right, so for the interior, we're just doing a basic cleanup, vacuum wipe down interior glass. But I have the interior detailer from Gion. First time using this product. And let's see how it works. And I also always have a damp towel and a dry towel. And of course, my brushes. So I'll use the damp towel and just mist cleaners onto the damp towel first. And it does kind of dilute it a little bit, but I'm just doing some basic cleaning in here, so I don't need anything strong. And it's just an interior detailer, just to kind of freshen things up. And it actually does have some bacteria killing properties, which is cool. It smells nice. Yeah, it kind of smells like their Gion Prep. I think it has some maybe alcohol in it to kill bacteria and stuff. It's nice. ready for her? There's no barking back. So the polishing is now done. Interior is now done. We were just finishing up the glass. But I want to show you guys what we found here on the glass. Right there. That's overspray. You can see tape lines. There's a little mark over here. That's also overspray. So this is on the outside, of course. We just did the inside. But here's how we deal with overspray on glass. It can be razored right off. It is nice to have a little bit of lubrication there. So I am going to take some of the Geon glass cleaner that I've been using. Not worried about it getting on the paint because we haven't protected the paint yet. But I'm going to take the razor and just try to go in one direction. It is better to go in one direction. And remove all that overspray. And this little bit here too. Now let's dry it, and need a little bit more. You can do a little bit. If it still has a little bit of glass cleaner residue, it's fine. And then you can, there we go. Oh yeah, then you can razor it off. And I think that's just residue still drying. I think that got it. Yep, so that got the overspray there and there. If there's any more, then we'll razor blade it. You can't change your mind. You were supposed to read something? Oh wow, that is smooth. This wax.
Oh yeah?
Okay, I might be able to just hand apply it. I don't know. It's really slick, like very easy to apply wax. No, I mean, the fact that it's so slick is actually really nice. It's really pleasant.
Pleasant.
It's pleasant, if you will. You will. How dare you? Okay, so this is the first time using the Q2 wax from Geon, and the little half moon applicator here is kind of funny. I don't know why they just don't give you a whole one, or at least two of them that have like this. But I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised. It is so slick. It's so easy to use. It spreads extremely easy. So this little thing is like a little deodorant stick. You turn the bottom, pushes the top up. I basically just apply it like this. Just twist it on a couple of times and that's it. But check out the application. I just did the whole hood and pretty much the whole, front of the top of the bumper here. And now I'm just going to continue along the sides. I was going to machine apply it. You could totally machine apply it with just a little polisher like this. I had this one all set. I was going to use it. I really don't think I'm going to use it. Just because I don't need to dirty up another, use another pad. I'm just going to use this. It's so simple. The moment you start applying it, it's just like a slippery wax on the surface. It's great. It's a very nice user experience. You hear the little squeaking sound. That's just the foam squealing on the paint. It does that whether you have a bunch of wax on it or not. It's just the friction of the foam on the paint. This is awesome. So you apply it, you wait 30 minutes, and then you wipe it off. Is it ideal for mobile detailers? I don't really think so, only because of the wait time. And I know there are many waxes that say you're supposed to wait a certain amount of time. You can probably do this sooner. If you're outside and it's warm, then yeah, you can probably do this within 10 to 15 minutes. By the time you apply it on one panel, go around the vehicle, it's probably been about 15-20 minutes, and then you can start wiping it off. So even if it's a half hour, I guess it's not horrible. But any more than that, then it would be, time consuming. But you be the judge of that. Usually in warmer climates, it's going to flash and cure quicker on the paint.
Wow, these poor rims are so scratched.
Yeah.
Like car wash brush things.
Yep.
It's fine.
Beautiful dark blue metallic. Using that Q2 wax was a pleasure. That was the easiest to wipe off. You let it sit for 20-30 minutes. It says 30 minutes, but we gave it probably about 20 minutes as we did other things. And the wipe off, the easiest. No smearing, nothing. Using the little white towel that it came with, awesome. The gloss on it is insane, and it darkened the color. It looks beautiful. I'm thoroughly impressed with that wax. That is awesome, awesome stuff. Wow, it looks so good. Wheels also look really nice. I just changed the color temperature on this. It was like a yellow temperature. See? And then you can change it. We use Q2 tire on all the tires. And the wheels were already sealed with the Sonax spray and seal, but we used a little bit of like a spray detailer on the wheels just to clean them up a little bit if there is any smudging or anything. Oh, the last thing we have to do is the exhaust pipes. So we're going to use some polish on that. I'll show you what we use. Man, this thing is just looking incredible. And we use the Q2 View on the windshield. That is a really cool product. So it comes in that little bottle, and you basically squeeze it or press it down, and then you go in circular motions on the glass. And you let it sit for 5 minutes. Then you take a damp towel and a dry towel, kind of like Rain-X, and you wipe it with the damp towel and then dry it with the dry towel, and it looks fantastic. Look how nice it looks.
So nice.
Man, it is gorgeous. It looks like a different car completely. It looks like the paint is different. It's awesome. Now, one other thing that we noticed, check this out, guys. it looks like a scratch. But the more that I look at it, it doesn't look like a usual scratch. I believe that's actually the fiberglass there and there that has actually broke. It's actually fractured and crinkled up a little bit. We actually have some imperfections there too. It looks like something was dropped on it or something. It could have been when, you know, someone was trying to remove this, the top here, and maybe dropped it on here, because that's fractured and that's fractured. So that's not a scratch. You can't do anything about that. If you try to wet sand that or whatever, you can't do that. It's actually the fiberglass fracturing. So yeah, another thing to point out to the customer, just so they're informed. But yeah, I mean, despite that, see, it's little stuff like that that you don't notice until you start to go over it with a surgical detailing eye. But overall, look at the effect, guys. This thing looks incredible. And look, somebody sent us coffee. Yes, coffee. Some fancy Puerto Rican coffee. Awesome. Thank you. You know who you are, who sent this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will be brewing some up actually right now because it's time for coffee. Actually, is it 3 o'clock? Whoa, look at that. Yep, I knew it was. 3 o'clock is my coffee time, so I'm going to go enjoy some Puerto Rican coffee. Thank you. You're awesome. If you want to send me some coffee or even a coffee mug, that will go in the detail lounge. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope you were able to get some tips from it as well, or just enjoy the process. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. As always, the links to the products and tools that we use will be down there as well, so go check those out if you're interested in some new products. As always, if you already have products that you like, that you enjoy, let us know down below and stick with them. If you want to venture out and get something new and try something new, then go right ahead. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss stuff. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a great week.